Hey everyone, welcome back to Blakesley Acres. I'm Joe. Just figured I'd bring you guys along. I get some of these chores done, kind of give an animal update of what's happening. Just kind of going around checking everybody's water. These piglets got their water turned. But right now we're gonna walk out and check on the cows. I see they're up here today. Must be running low on forage. Not a big deal. I'm keeping them on that pasture at least till tomorrow. I'm actually going to go down and check it here in a minute. Just see where we're at on grazing wise. So milk cows, they're doing good. Their calves are doing really good. And for any of you guys that haven't seen my one short, we have another batch of ducklings that hatched. There were 7, and we got a new baby calf in the herd. One of our Santa Cruz cows that I call Bertha. She's the smaller of the two. She finally gave us a calf. Turn this around here. So there's Sparky and the Hereford calf for my bosses. Mabel's in there. Lady's right there. And the rest of the cows are there on the other side of the fence. Big Red there. I don't think she's having a calf this year. I don't know what happened with her. But looks like the flies are pestering them pretty good. I'm going to have to figure out a better way of taking care of the flies on these guys. I can see them. They're swatting at them, and that's why they're standing in the brush. They're all around me. Got a little bit of moisture, so I think the flies just kind of went crazy. But you can see a little one right there. Still not 100% sure. Not 100% sure on what it is, but I'm going to try getting a closer look here in a second. Should go down and get the fly spray and try to hit a bunch of them. While they're standing in a group. But I just turned the water on for these guys. Figured that they finally came back up here. Probably drank a bunch. It's not too bad. Probably let them drink this tank down this time around. And let them drink that tank down this time around and dump it out and clean it out. I like doing that every few weeks. A little bit of algae gets built up. See some people like putting goldfish and stuff in there. I thought about trying that for the summer, but and my kids will want to keep them for the winter in a fish tank in the house, and I don't want to deal with that. So, oh, cows must have went through the wire right here. Good thing I didn't. Good thing I haven't put the cows out over there. I was planning on putting them in there next. Or make sure there's actually grass left. I didn't get the rest of this herd locked over where I wanted them to be. All right, who's gonna guess what it is, bull or heifer?
Bull. 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 What do you think? Heifer? You think that?
I'll go with heifer so we can split it 50-50.
No, they all said bull.
No, she said heifer.
No, I said bull.
Oh.
I told you if it's a bull or a heifer.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's hard to tell. Harley is looking good though. Holy moly, she's looking good.
Finally. Hey, Mama? No.
No, Harley. this heifer calf in front of us. Oh, it's pooping.
It's pooping.
That's what that calf thinks about that. Look at the white in its ears.
It's kind of cute.
Yeah,
It is cool looking.
It looks like little ear tags.
It does.
All right, I walked out. They're definitely due for a pasture move. But I am gonna hold off on that. The calf is a heifer. Nice little heifer calf out of that Santa Gertrudis cow. So I'm excited about that. She's been a really nice growth cow and stuff, and this is the first calf I've got out of her. So I'll probably keep her and use her as a replacement heifer. Her mom's not as wild as the other one. The big one, I do believe she came into heat the other day. The bull was taunting her a little bit, but I just don't like the fact that she didn't take last year. She's been in with this bull for months, and the other bull she was in with for 2 months. So she's probably going to be a call cow. She's actually pretty wild, very jittery, jumpy, and being on a small farm like we are, we don't have the big handling facilities to work these cows like a lot of the ranches and bigger farms do. So honestly, I'm not upset on having to call her. Probably do that after the butcher shop's up. And I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with her and stuff, but most likely it'll be burger. I might take out tenderloin, do some roasts out of her. Nothing, not going to do anything special with it, but she's a good sized cow. Let her graze for the summer while I've got the grass, and we'll call her at the end of the summer before we start feeding hay. And then I'm still back and forth on the Hereford cow and her calf. The calf is growing really nice now they're on grass. She's still a little short, but like I said, I like those smaller frame cows. So worst case scenario, I try to sell the mom and I might keep the calf because the bull she came out of had really good genetics. Yeah, I might decide to call both of them, or sell them. They're good cows to sell. That wild one, I don't want to put her through the sale barn, mostly because she's pretty wild. I'd rather just use her for our own meat, maybe sell some of the hamburg to some family members if that's what they want to do. Give you guys a little bit of a view of these piglets. Growing really good now. Hi piggies. So this one here with these longer ears and the rest of them that look like that, those are the old spot crosses. Not sure exactly, they're just a mixed mutt. And these three here with the belt, the black and white, red and white, and that tan and white, those are 50% Mangalitsa. Their mom is the Hamp Berkshire Mangalitsa, and their father was half Mangalitsa, half Idaho pasture pig. I sold him because after butchering his litter mates, I was not impressed with the quality of the carcass. They grow way too slow, had way too much fat. For what I'm trying to do, I want the marbling, I want the fat in there, but I want to add a moderation. I want these pigs to be able to grow out in a season. I don't want to carry them over the winter, unless I'm doing a fall piglets or late summer piglets and I carry them over the winter for spring butchering, which I'm considering doing depending on flow and everything. So yeah, I wasn't impressed with the litter mates from their father's group, but he had already bred my sows. So I figured I'd keep 3 of them and see what happens, having the Burke and Hamp in them. They seem to be growing a little bit better than the ones I had last year. So we'll see. I'm not too gung-ho on those 50% Mangalitas. Right now my goal with this new boar and these sows is I'm trying for a quarter Mangalita cross. I want a little bit more fat than the commercial pigs, but I want a little bit faster growing pig. Just starting out, it's hard to hold on to stuff that long. You know, meat birds, quick turnaround. I'm getting a little bit of profit from those in 8 to 12 weeks, depending on the variety. I got 2 different varieties I'm raising. These pigs, they need to grow out in a year's time, preferably 10 months or less. I don't want to be a commercial farm, but I don't want to be a farm that loses profits. It just doesn't make sense. My area where I'm at, I cannot get $8-10 a pound for the Mangalitas, like some other farms are getting. If you have the market for it and you can create that niche market, it's a great thing. Don't get me wrong, the flavor was good, but it wasn't enough to push me over the edge to to seem like it was worth it to me. The Idaho pasture pigs, I really like them. They grew within 10 months. More fat, great on the pastures. I considered raising those, but a little bit harder to find in the area, and I needed feeder pigs. So I'm working with what I have. The Mangalitas, these 2 sows here, they grew better than the other group that I had. They grew nicer, that's why I kept them, and I got that nicer boar. So I'm excited to see what these summer piglets do. I'm going to sell a bunch of them probably. But I might keep like 4 back to raise through till spring to process for people. I'm going to try getting my pork customers. I want to grow that market, but I also want to get them on a spring and fall cycle. So I'm not trying to raise gigantic batches all summer. If I'm going to raise a batch through the winter, batch through the summer, I think that's what I'm going to start doing. It might grow from there. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Same thing with these meat birds. I wanted to ramp up my game with that this year. I'm going to put that on the back burner. Raise what we need for ourselves and the other 2 families that got them from us. And focus on getting our custom exempt butcher shop up this year and get that running and get going at that. And then maybe, you know, we get that kind of going and get the flow and get a good rhythm going with that, and then we'll come back to the farm stuff and kind of start building and shaping the farm around our schedule at the butcher shop. Things might change. We might downsize on the beef herd, we might downsize on pigs, we might grow both of them. My neighbor was nice enough to give me, like, I want to say it's probably close to 6 more acres of grazing ground. It's not great by any means, but that just bought me another 2 or 3 weeks of grazing in my rotation, which is excellent. That's exactly what I needed. So yeah, I got another piece I haven't touched yet this year. That last year, I think I grazed it for the first time, and that was 3 weeks. I'm trying not to graze stuff too short right now, just because the fact that it's been so dry. We're supposed to be getting rain this week. We got a little bit last night, but not enough to say so. I mean, you can see how dry it is still. It rained not a huge amount, but a decent amount. And with this clay soil, usually that raw water will sit right on top, and these plants sucked it right up. And it's a little bit muggier today, you can tell. And the flies are a lot worse today.
Yeah, that one's the messed up pie. Because on its side it's gray.
Okay guys, just finished up our afternoon chores here, so we bringing the cows in and getting lady milked. Mabel's been getting nursed out by the calves, so I check her, but she's been milked right out. Gonna get these meat chickens fed and the goats fed. We also got the meat rabbit kits. We got them out on a chicken tractor that I had. Just giving it a try, see how it works. I figure what the heck, I ain't gonna hurt anything. Worst case scenario, they get out. They've been easy to catch. I've gotten out a couple other times on us. So yeah, we're gonna get the rest of these chores finished up and try to get dinner going. If you guys could, like, comment, subscribe, share, ring the notifications bell. I hope to catch you guys on the next one.